Welcome back to my channel. I am your favorite mother of three, Bougie Vintage, and today's video is a story time slash get ready with me. We're just gonna have a chit chat while I do my makeup and get ready to film my other videos. So if you're looking at me right now and you're like, girl, why is your face forever skinny and fat and fat and skinny? That's because my weight definitely fluctuates a lot, but I for sure gained 15 pounds in less than a week because I have a toothache. And so you're probably like, how the hell are you gaining weight if you have a toothache? Inquiring minds would like to know. I would like to know. So we're gonna talk about that because I watch my weight like a hawk, okay? If you've ever suffered with body dysmorphia or, bulimia or weight problems in general, then obviously you know that you probably also watch your weight like a hawk. Now, I totally forgot to do my eyebrows before I started filming, which is not good. So I may need to go and do that. Let's talk about what led up to me realizing I even had a toothache, because it's definitely a pain you cannot ignore. Okay, a few months back, I decided I was gonna go and get my teeth cleaned, okay, because it had been a while. The last time I cleaned my teeth was when I was in Canada. I'm gonna say January of that year, or was it February? Or was it March? It was right before I left. That's all I remember, okay? So right before I left Canada, I got my teeth cleaned. But I only got my teeth cleaned because when I got into the office, I had just scheduled a cleaning, and they come and tell me I have a grand total of $700 something. I said, what are you talking about? I was very confused, but this was before they even got to the cleaning. When you book your cleaning, they don't tell you that they're gonna upsell you, and sometimes you will get swindled if you don't realize what's going on, but I obviously realized what was happening, so I put a stop to that immediately. I said, no, I'm just here to get my teeth cleaned, because they wanted to do an x-ray and all these other things and checking for this and that on top of the cleaning. I said, I'm literally here just to get my teeth cleaned. I haven't been to the dentist in a little while. Let's just clean the teeth and send me on my merry way. And I don't remember how much it cost, but I want to say it was in the $200 range, like over $200. At that time, I had a wonderful, wonderful cleaning, and I hadn't been back to the dentist since. Now, obviously, you're supposed to go to the dentist every 6 months. And as somebody that used to have braces, I should be going to the dentist probably even a little bit more often than the average person, because I do have this retainer on the bottom that will get built up, right? Because it's harder to floss down there. You have to use these threading things and all this stuff. Me talking about my toothache as a story time is so funny, because it's like all those people that always comment and tell me they will literally just watch me wash paint dry, and I'm like, girl, it's not that deep. But this story is important because dental health, dental hygiene is so important. It really is. People don't realize, like, if your teeth are having problems, the rest of your body will be affected, and that's what this story time is about. It's just a little mental note for y'all to go to the damn dentist. As I was saying, I was raised going to the dentist, okay? Like, that was normal. My mama always brought us to the dentist. She always made sure that we would go to the dentist. But baby, once I was off my parents' dental plans or benefit plans, the dentist was not seeing me, okay? Once I got the braces off, the dentist was not seeing me. I had gone to the dentist like maybe twice since I had removed my braces, which is crazy, right? I wasn't gone to the dentist very often. Every once in a while, I'll go to the dentist. That's because the dentist is expensive. And because, I'm an entrepreneur and I didn't have benefits for myself if I didn't pay for them through a bank or whatever, because life insurance, for whatever reason, doesn't have that. I think you can add it, but I'm not sure. Because of that, I wasn't really going to the dentist. When I was married, there was benefits through work, so then I finally took my butt to the dentist. So that's when I started going to the dentist, when the benefits were benefiting, okay? But without the benefits, ain't nobody going to no dentist. Period. Sorry. Not doing it. At least not in Canada. I know you're sitting there judging me like, girl, really? You haven't gone to the dentist? No, I was not going. And guess what? My teeth were just fine. That being said, I've always taken really good care of my teeth. So back then, when I was a kid, I wasn't one of those kids that you know, fear the dentist. I love going to the dentist. So that's the other thing too. Like, I love it. You know, I'm not afraid of the dentist. I scrape these teeth, girl. Get in there. Do your thug thistle, okay? Probably when I got into my teens, I had only had 2 cavities. And both of them were not like major cavities. I got fillings, and that was the end of that. One of them was a silver filling, because that's when they didn't have the other one yet. At least I don't think they had it. So I have 1 white filling and 1 silver filling. But it's a very tiny silver filling on this side. You don't realize as a kid how beneficial it is to have your working parents have benefits to where they could take you to the dentist. You know, you don't appreciate it until you get to adulthood and realize, oh, this is not cheap. Even with the dental insurance, it's not cheap. There I am, moseying through adulthood, not going to the dentist, and also not collecting any cavities along the way. Praise the Lord, right? The last few times that I had been to the dentist, no cavities were there, but I guess somewhere along the line, a cavity or 2 had developed, because when I was leaving Ottawa and I went to the dentist, I didn't allow them to like x-ray my mouth or anything like that. But even so, I don't recall them telling me that I had any cavities. The girl that, you know, cleaned my teeth, she didn't tell me that. I was not aware that I had any cavities, because if I was, then I probably would have, you know, reduced my sugar intake and, you know, worked a little harder at keeping stuff out of the cavity so that it could not morph into a gaping hole of destruction, okay? Because that's pretty much what happened. So I'm going through life now, and I moved to Jamaica, and, you know, school started or whatever, and the dentist just like in Canada, the dentist does come to the school. So the dentist came to the school. I knew that Salem really needed to go to the dentist real bad, right? Because she had been, since she was born, I think she's been twice to the dentist. So, and to the optometrist, because when you put your kid in school, they like send letters home and say, do this, do that. And so I just did, right? In Canada, she's been to the dentist, and in Jamaica, she's been to, I decided to bring her to the dentist, and then I booked my appointment and my mom's appointment as well. We go to the dentist. They discover this crater in my freaking mouth, and they tell me that I'll need to get 1 tooth removed and I can fill the other one. So I have 2 cavities. I have one that's like fillable, and the other one is an actual hole. I remember when I was a kid, the dentist had told me that my teeth naturally form with cavities, and I said, huh? Or like they form in a way that makes cavities more susceptible to my teeth. I'll never forget that. I've always been mindful of that. And so when the lady is telling me I got cavities, I'm gasping, because I'm like, what? And then of course when she says, like, you know, I gotta remove it, you think that the people are just trying to take your money. They're not trying to take your money, girl. You gotta get the cavities out, okay? I don't know if the cavity was like obstructed or like filled with food or something. Like, I don't know why I couldn't feel the cavity before the dentist went in there and did her thug thizzle. But like, I genuinely had no idea that there was a cavity in my mouth, because my teeth were not bothering me. Mind you, it's a wisdom tooth, okay? I didn't even know my wisdom teeth were out, because when they grew in, I didn't feel it. I didn't have any pain. So like, how would I know? How will I know if he really loves me? So yeah, I had no idea that I had this cavity in my mouth. So I'm actually genuinely shocked. And then when further shocked when she tells me, yeah, it's on your wisdom tooth, I'm like, I got wisdom teeth? This is so important, because when I had braces, my orthodontist, Dr. P, okay, when I had braces, the man told me about my wisdom teeth, looking at my x-rays, right? He warned me about them and told me, you know, there's no telling if they will grow in or not, but he told me the possible problems that I could face if they do grow in because of their positioning in my gums under the surface. And so obviously you don't pay 10 grand for your braces, right? Shout out to my mom, okay? You don't pay 10 grand for your braces and then let your wisdom teeth grow in and your teeth end up looking like they throwing up gang signs all over again. Absolutely not, right? At that time, I didn't take his advice because I was broke. I had no monies. So what was he talking about? Do you know how much it is to get an extraction done in Canada? I had already known how much it was to get an extraction done because I had already paid for one out of my pocket with my little shillings. Okay, when my mom was paying for my braces, I had to get two surgeries on my mouth to get the braces situated. Okay, I had to get an extraction done and I had to get an exposure done, which was exposing my eye tooth because it was not coming down. It was not going to grow, you know. So we had to extract the baby tooth and then expose the gum, put a button on it and an elastic and pull it down, okay, artificially. So a lot had to be done for me to get the smile. So like, obviously I don't want my wisdom teeth to grow in and like, you know, affect my new teeth. But at the same time, like I just said, I was broke. Who had the money, girl? And my mom and dad sure didn't have the money because my mom actually, God is so good, because my mom came upon some money, girl, at some random time in her life, praise the Lord, and said, well, let me just pay for this child's braces in full because I don't know what's going to happen in the future. Okay, so she went and she paid for my braces in full, made sure that that was situated because before then she had been paying for it like periodically, like monthly or like bi-weekly or something like that. It was on a payment plan before, and she's like, no, they're paid for. And then that's why I was so gagged, you know. I thought she still owed money why the dentist was taking so long with my teeth, but she didn't. And again, y'all already seen that crazy story time, so that's neither here nor there. The point of me saying all that was just to say, like, you know, the orthodontist definitely encouraged me to get the wisdom teeth out back then, but I didn't get them out because mother had no money and I had no money. Okay, it wasn't a conversation. I was not one of the rich white kids in the in the building getting my braces, sir. My mama worked for every single dollar here. We was not born into money, sir. There was money for the braces. There was not money for any extractions and surgeries. To do the extraction that I had done already was over $400. I think I was working at Garage at the time when I was able to pay for that surgery on my mouth. I don't even know where that money came from. I can't remember. That's way too far back for me to recall where money came from. Like, no. So yes, fast forward to present day. I go to the dentist and it dawns on me that my wisdom teeth on the top have and indeed come down. Thankfully, they did not like do too much shifting damage to my top teeth, most likely because I'm still faithful to my top retainer that I pop in nightly. Sometimes I'll even wear it like if I'm really not going anywhere doing anything, or if I'm like fasting or something, I don't even take the retainer out. Like, I'll brush my teeth and pop it right back in because baby, I ain't finna eat, so I'ma just, you know, keep my retainer in, especially because 1 to 2 days without the retainer and you'll start seeing the gap opening up, baby. I am not trying to part the Red Sea. I don't need the gap to be opening. But you know what, I actually saw this girl the other day and she looked so cute with her gap, and I'm like, not me, but looks cute on other people. Now I'm there at the dentist learning that my teeth or my dental health is not in tip-top order or shape, and I'm gonna have to do something about that. And so the dentist at the time tells me I gotta get that, you know, extracted. I'm like, okay, well, that's not happening today, so I will see you when I see you. Baby, within weeks of going to the dentist, I start realizing that I'm now feeling the cavity. Like, I can literally like throw my tongue over there on the outside of the tooth and I can feel the hole, which I was not feeling it before at all. It never gave me any pain, never gave me any issue, none. Okay, so they must have cleaned it real good for it to start bothering me. It was minding its business, okay? So, you know, I would start feeling the cavity now, but you know, it wasn't really like giving me like any kind of hardcore pain, or it was just like more noticeable. But then the pain did start, but not the toothache. It wasn't a toothache just yet. I started having to clean it a little more because I noticed now this giant hole, and then sometimes I put my tongue over there like after a meal and I wouldn't feel the hole. So I knew that the hole was packed with nutrients which will decay the tooth further, which is not problems that you want. Well, baby, within no time the tooth or the cavity became a problem, and I was like, what is this? The only thing was, it was not consistent. I thought it was just like, okay, I need to clean it more. And then I was like, okay, you know, I do have to get it removed. So I got to make time to get it removed, because I don't know if, you know, when I go to remove it, I'm going to be not working for a few days or whatnot. So I need to like schedule that properly. Because of course, I'm a gal that films in bulk most of the time. I don't ever just sit and film one video, because I have my membership as well. So I'll try to sit and film at least one member video if I'm filming a main channel video, so that I always have content. Then sometimes other stuff happens that I don't get to post. So I wasn't sure what I was going to do. Yeah, I had to factor in all those minor, major details. I just wasn't sure when I was going to get to go to the dentist, but I knew that it was on my to-do list. I didn't realize I was going to get forced into the matter. So I have it in the back of my head. Okay, I got to get this tooth out. I just don't know when I'm going to go and get it out. And it's not posing that much of an issue until last week. So last week, I'm sat there minding my business. I film in bulk, and it was Tuesday. I typically try to film on Mondays, but sometimes I don't get to. And so if I don't get to film on a Monday, I will surely film the next day. And if I don't, then, you know, I try the next day or the next day. Whatever the schedule will allow for, okay? I don't really plan that kind of stuff outside of, you know, when the weekend's ending and, you know, the kids are going off to school. I try to make sure that I get in some filming. And it's always kind of been that way in terms of like me filming in bulk. I've always done it that way, where I'll film multiple videos in one day and then just take my time to edit all of them. I'm forever giving you guys details that are not relevant to the story. Anyway, well, technically it is relevant to the story, because I filmed in bulk, not realizing that the toothache was upon me. So Tuesday comes, I film, I think 4 videos that day. And unbeknownst to me, by 6 p.m., my world was going to come crashing down. So there I was in my kitchen. I had actually had a longer than usual filming day because I filmed in bulk. So typically I like to be done filming by the time my children arrive home from school. But on that day in particular, I told my mama I'm finna be late, okay? Because I wanted to get all of my filming out the way. God is good. And she was like, cool. So I filmed that day. I edited that day. By 5:30, it was time for me to put my work down. There was still a lot of work to do, but I just was like, I need to put my work down and go do my motherly duties now, right? I make a meal for myself and my children at 6 on the dot. My tummy is hurting me. And I'm like, I've not eaten all day pretty much. Actually, all I had to eat that day was the bacon and the eggs that y'all saw me eating. And I think that was pretty much it. And then later in the day, when the kids came home, I had like maybe half of a fruit roll-up. And it was just like, I hadn't had anything that should have disrupted my tummy. Oh, first thing in the morning, I had coffee or whatever. What happened to me in the bathroom was not natural. Okay, so I'm there, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? Because I hadn't eaten my nachos yet. So it was like, why am I experiencing this thing? And so I'm confused. I'm like, no, like something's wrong, but I can't identify what. And literally from 6 o'clock Tuesday to Thursday morning, baby, I was trying to order a new booty hole on Amazon. It was a mess, okay? Pause. Okay, like TMI, okay? Oh my gosh. It was not okay. I didn't know what was going on with me, but like I had this note on my phone Wednesday morning. Wednesday morning, November 13th, Wednesday morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, because I woke up. It was 2:58 at this time. I woke up and I am like back to the bathroom. Like, this is just nonstop. So I titled this note, Something Not Right. It's 3 a.m. I'm literally pooping my brains out. My beehole is on fire. Just straight up blah, blah, blah. Why? How? It's 3:11 a.m. now. I just took a traveler's pill that I had to search the cupboards for, but my tummy is just in shambles. This is Wednesday morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, the witching hour. And I'm like, what's happening to my body? So I knew something was not right. And then simultaneously, my tooth is hurting. So by Thursday morning, when the shenanigans with the tummy would not stop, and I was like, no, this is not natural to be going to the bathroom like this. 3 days in a row, and I didn't eat anything crazy. Like, I don't have food poisoning. Like, you know, I wasn't vomiting, but I was definitely experiencing something, and I wasn't okay with it. So I had to get to the bottom of it. So I start telling my mom, I'm like, not only am I going to the bathroom, my mouth is hurting me. And it's not only the tooth that has a cavity in it, it's now the bottom jaw is hurting. And I'm like, no, something's not right. So I get to Googling, and I Google, can a toothache cause diarrhea? And so, of course, the answer is yes, right? Your body will try to warn you. So pretty much what happens is if you have like an infected tooth or something, it can spread. And so this is why dental hygiene is super important, because your infected tooth can spread to other parts of it. It's just like if you have like an excess buildup of plaque on your teeth, you can have a heart attack, right? Or the plaque can travel to your heart and cause problems. And so that's why, to me, it's really crazy that they don't include dental on like insurance plans without paying extra for it, when if your teeth are not healthy, maybe your body is not going to be healthy either. I'm going to need them to get that together. So of course, I'm just in pain. I'm in shambles. My tummy hurts. My teeth hurt. There's no wisdom teeth on the bottom, and there's no cavities on the bottom, but I can just feel this radiating pain coming from my jaw. I called the dentist, and I'm like, listen, I need this tooth out of my mouth immediately. Like, it needs to go today. And she was like, can you come for 3? And I was like, yeah. I go to the dentist. But this day in particular, I had to pick up my kids from school. Typically, I don't pick up my kids from school, but this day in particular, I had to pick up my kids from school. And so, of course, the driver was a little late. And so because the driver's late, what does that mean for me? I'm going to be late as well. Well, the dental office isn't closed till 4 o'clock. Not that bad that he was a little late. You know, he's a little tardy to the party. But I get to picking up my kids, and by the time I drop my kids off at home, because it wasn't only my kids I had to pick up somebody else's kids too. By the time I got the children back home and I got back over to the dentist, it was 3:07. I was 7 minutes late. I walked into the building. I said, hi, supposed to be here for 3 o'clock. I'm so sorry, I'm late. I should have called is what I should have done. I thought I was actually going to make it on time, and then, you know, it was only 7 minutes, so I didn't call. Big mistake. I get there, she's like, leave. I said, who left? She's like, and the other dentist can't write prescription. I said, no! So pretty much, I wasn't getting my tooth extracted because you can't take it out while it's like infected or whatever. You have to heal that first, and then you can schedule your appointment to remove the tooth. They can't take it out while it's giving trouble. So I'm devastated because I'm like, no. I need me a prescription now. So she goes to the back or whatever, and they tell her to send me to another dentist office up the road. On another episode of This Stuff Only Happens to Me. You know what? This is what happens when you're an instrument of the Lord and God is using you to warn the people to go to the dentist, okay? Listen, I'm like, that's completely fine. So I hop back in the taxi, and the taxi brings me to the other dentist office up the road because it's not far, okay? It's fine. I'm fine to go to another dentist as long as I get me a prescription, and, you know, we can deal with this because I'm in aggravating pain. Like, even a Tylenol 2 is not helping. Like, you guys don't understand. I was in so much pain. Nothing was helping. I was popping Motrin since the Wednesday. I had been taking Motrin, and then I tried Tylenol 2. Nothing was helping the pain in my mouth. And I'm like, nah, bruh. Teeth off the come out. Me have to take pliers and tear them out myself. Like, what? No, them have to come out. You are not welcome here. So I'm like, I don't have time for this. So I go to the other dentist. I explain to him what's going on in my mouth. He's like, x-ray, because I said something about an x-ray. He's like, x-ray. And he was telling me, like, I would need, like, an appointment and stuff for that. And I said, listen, they sent me over here because I have an infected tooth and I need a prescription. He said, oh, prescription. Yes, I can do that. I was like, okay, praise the Lord. Because I was not trying to get sent to anywhere else. I was already there. I needed me a prescription. I was not leaving that building without a prescription. Call me John Q if you want to. Okay, I was not leaving there without results. So, matter of fact, I'm going to watch that tonight. So the dentist, really nice guy. He writes me a prescription and I take it to the pharmacy. Now, if you've ever gotten a prescription for anything before, you know that they tell you, or they ask you, do you have any allergies? Now, I got seasonal allergies all year round. Okay, so non-seasonal allergies, my nose is just always running. However, when I was a baby, they said I was allergic to everything, baby. Apples, chicken. But because I was such a greedy little baby, I still just ate them. And I guess I became immune because I always loved every fruit, every vegetable. You know, the doctors really were trying to tell my mama, like, you can't feed her anything. And I was still eating the stuff. No EpiPen for me, okay? I was just eating down the place. If it was food, if it was edible, I was eating it. They could not stop me. Milk, like, they said I was allergic to everything under the sun when I was a baby. In my adulthood, I don't have any allergies outside of, like, dander, okay? So when he asked me if I have any allergies, because they're most likely going to prescribe you penicillin, I'm like, no, I don't. Mind you, if you've ever had a baby before and your water broke before its time, or your water was leaking and they had to induce you, like with baby Say, they will also give you penicillin. And so I have had penicillin many a times. And then 2-3 months ago, when I had tonsillitis again for the 100th time, they gave me penicillin. I was fine. So when he asked me if I have any allergies, what am I gonna say but no? No allergies, sir. No allergies. And I even tell him, I just had tonsillitis the other day. They gave me penicillin. I was fine. He prescribes me something called amoxicillin or something like that, okay? It's like penicillin, or it's derived from penicillin. However, heavy on the however, they have, I guess, genetically modified it to be stronger than penicillin. What happened next was a series of unfortunate events. Of course, you have to take this medication 3 times a day. And he also prescribes me a pain medicine. So I'm taking now amoxicillin, and I'm taking something called cataflam. So cataflam is for the pain and amoxicillin is for the infection. And all this is because I didn't get my tooth taken out. So at this point, I'm kicking myself because I'm like, girl, why you didn't just get them damn wisdom teeth removed when Dr. P told you to? Very first day that I start taking the pills, so Thursday, I started on the medication. The pharmacist told me to go by 6 a.m., 2 p.m., and 9 p.m. So my first dose wasn't until 9, okay? And so literally within maybe an hour of taking the medication, pain was gone, and I was feeling like, oh wow, can't wait to be done taking this medication and you know, getting the tooth out, because clearly it's gonna be a pain-free week. Well, I was heading to bed around maybe 11-12, and my face was itchy, but I'm the type of girl that's gonna Google what she's taking. So I Googled both of the drugs, and I saw that one of the side effects for cataflam was dry skin. So when I'm itching my face at night, because this cheek is just itching me, and I'm like, my face is not normally itchy, right? So when my face is itching me, I'm thinking, oh, the cataflam is making my skin, you know, dry, and so it's itchy. I'm having skin itch, right? Because I think that was also a side effect, skin itching. I gotta see the side effects. I cannot be taking stuff and I don't know what the side effects are, because like, no. Throughout the night, like as I'm falling asleep, I'm just itching my face, and I'm like, wow, like the pill is really making me itch. Like, that's crazy. Baby, I was not ready. I was not freaking ready. And the craziest part is, it wasn't the cataflam that was making my face itch. I go to bed. I wake up the next day. And, you know, I wash my face, but it's still kind of dark outside. And, like, nobody is awake in my house because I'm just waking up on Friday morning to get my kids' lunches ready and stuff before I wake them up, okay? I do everything in the quiet now. Preparing my kids' lunches, and I'm not having to talk to anybody, so I just have like maybe a sermon playing or something. I don't know what I had on, girl. Minding my business, getting ready to get the kids ready for school. Mind you, oh my God, I forgot about this. Mind you, Friday at school was family photo day. So me and my mom were due to be at the school for family photos, and so gearing up to that, when I started having the toothache, I'm like, I could feel the pain, and I'm like, this is not the time to be getting no toothache when I gotta go take pictures on Friday. Like, huh? So my kids actually were not wearing uniform that day. They were just dressed in normal clothing so that we could, me and my mom would show up at the school and take our family photos and go about our merry business, gallivant, right? So we are there now. I'm making lunch for the kids, getting everything ready to go, as a mother should. That's what I'm doing. And then my alarm rings to wake up the children. So what do I do but leave what I'm doing in the kitchen? I have my schedule down to a science, okay? I do not wake up these kids until everything is in their backpacks, and their backpacks is at the front door ready to go, okay? So that when they get up out of bed, I can just instruct and then help them get dressed if they need help getting dressed. But they're very independent girls, okay? Shout out to them. However, there's one thing that happens every single morning that goes on without fail, and that is Hurricane Salem. So I go flick on their lights and I say, girls, wake up. Belle, like clockwork, jumps out of bed. Sometimes Belle is out of the bed before I even go wake them up, and I say, praise Jesus. But that Selah, she does not do that. She does not want to wake up. And granted, I'm the same way. So I don't fault the girl, because baby, I'm not even trying to get up to make these lunches. So I get it. You're not trying to get up out of the bed for nothing either. Okay, I understand. I love my sleep. I was probably a sloth in another life. Okay, like I love my sleep. Or a bear. Somebody that gets to hibernate, girl. When Salem decides she's not getting up, it's a problem because there's only a limited time to get them ready, right? And so I've done my part. You know, it's not fair that, you know, I gotta get up and get everything ready to go, and then you is in this bed stubborn as a mule not wanting to get up. Because it was a day that they didn't have to wear their uniforms, they were already excited to go to school. And so typically if there's like an event or something like that, she doesn't give as much trouble. But she was tired, probably from staying up and giggling when she's supposed to be sleeping. She wasn't trying to wake up. I needed her to get up. When I say it's every morning with Salem, it's every single morning. She refuses to get out of the bed. I have to try to wake her up like 14 times before her to get out of the bed. And you know that's frustrating, okay? So I go in, I try to get Salem out the bed, and Salem is not trying to get out of the bed, which means that I have to talk more. If I'm talking more, I'm going to notice something is wrong with me, because the whole entire morning I hadn't said a word to anybody. I was not flapping my gums, literally. So I didn't notice anything was wrong. But I'm talking to Salem and my lip feels like it's going like this on the bottom. And I'm like feeling this thing in the corner of my mouth here. My lip feels fat. You know, Jennifer Lopez in Monster-in-Law? Baby, my lip felt so fat. Because I'm like talking. I'm like, Salem, get up out of the bed. And I feel my lip just like going like this. Like it just feels like it's way bigger than my top lip, and it just didn't make any sense. So I go to look in the mirror. Baby, the lip is fat, and there's this thing, like this big like swollen part right here just forming.
Unacceptable condition! Unacceptable!
I look like the that filter, the baby filter. It's not funny. Why am I swelling up? This is not good. Oh my God, I'm having an allergic reaction to the medication on picture day. Girl, stress. I'm like, first of all, my kids would kill me if I tell them I'm not showing up at school, because there was an event at school on the Monday, but I wasn't able to make it. So I said I would be there Friday, and now I'm like having a crisis, and I'm like, I don't want to cancel the freaking pictures. My kids wanted me to come to school. So I'm panicking because I'm like, oh my God. But I figure, okay, it's an allergy to the medication, but I need my tooth out. What should I do? My mom's not home. Not that that's relevant, but my mom's not home at the time. So I'm freaking out. So I call her and tell her, you know, what's happening. And she's like, oh no. Girl, what do you mean, oh no? So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to pop 2 allergy pills because I got them on deck. Okay, pop 2 allergy pills and pray for the best. Okay, hopefully the allergy pills will bring the swelling down, because anytime I'm having any kind of like sinus issues or any kind of allergies, I pop my allergy pills. I couldn't put like hydrocortisone or anything on my lip because I'm not ingesting that. I didn't really have a lot of options here. I had to just go with what I thought in the moment was the smart thing to do, and also wait till 9 o'clock for the dentist to open so I could go there and be like, ma'am, what the hell is this? Everything being a saga is just too much for me. Like, can I have a little bit of normalcy, Lord? A little bit, right? But if I had a normal life, it would probably be very boring for me, wouldn't it? At this point, I'm very conflicted, because I'm like, oh no, man, the pain is gone, the infection's going away. What's the swollen lip? But I think one of the side effects is not asphyxiation. Yeah, asphyxiation. I could not be irresponsible and keep taking the medication. That was not an option, obviously. It's very silly to even joke about it. So forgive me, but I don't take anything serious. I just, business as usual, continue to get my children off to school and wait for the dentist to open. As the dentist opened, I was over there, but I get over there and they tell me the dentist is not in. I said, what do you mean the dentist is not in today? Who y'all got back there doing the teeth? But this is my actual dentist that I'm at. This is not the person that prescribed me the medication. I only went back to my actual dentist because they recommended that person. And so she's like, okay, just go back to the guy that prescribed the medication. And I explained to her too, I'm like, I don't really understand why I'm having this reaction because I'm not allergic to penicillin. So this doesn't even make any sense. Like, when you're sure of yourself, like I was 1000% sure that I was not allergic to penicillin. So I didn't know what the hell was in the medication that was making me react. How am I not allergic to penicillin 3 months ago when I have tonsillitis, and then all of a sudden I'm allergic to penicillin? Now, the one thing I did notice was that it was not the same medication that I was prescribed when I had the tonsillitis, because the pills looked different. One was a powdered pill. This was a pill in a capsule. I already knew it wasn't the same, but like I figured it was just a different brand. So I then go to the other dentist that prescribed me the medication. Baby, he's not in either. I'm like, no. So I'm talking to the receptionist and I'm showing her my face, and the girl tries to tell me that she doesn't see it. Meanwhile, at the other office, the girl was like, no, I see it. So I was like, girl, you was not paying attention to me because my face did not look like this. My friends were saying I looked like a chipette. But I really did. Like, I was jowly, okay? It was a key, honestly. But yeah, so I'm at the dentist and she calls the dentist and tells him, the girl that you prescribed the medication to yesterday is back. She's having an allergic reaction. And so on the phone, he tells her to tell me to stop taking the antibiotic and to only take the pain medication. When she was on the phone, I can't hear him, I could only hear her. When she was hanging up the phone, she said, so tell her stop taking the pain medication and just take the antibiotic. But then she hangs up the phone and she said the opposite thing to me. And my mom and me both heard her say the opposite, right? So I'm like, this girl is messing up what the guy said on the phone. And so she tells me, I repeat back to her what she said, like the last thing I heard her say to the dentist. She was like, yeah, but I said the wrong thing. And he said, no, he corrected me. And I said, oh, okay. So then I was comfortable with the information she was giving me. I said, girl, I need to clarify. It's important to clarify, okay? She tells me to go to the pharmacy and get the antihistamine, take that for the swelling and the allergy. So I also do that. I go to the pharmacy. First of all, I paid $40 for the medication, all for the medication to just give me an allergy or a allergic reaction, and then end up having to go back, and the dentist is not there. But she's like, can you come back later today or tomorrow morning 9 o'clock? He's gonna drop off a prescription for you sometime today. And I was like, okay, fine. I continued taking the pain medication and I stopped taking the antibiotic. The next day, 9 o'clock in the morning, I go and pick up the next prescription. So that's another $20. I start taking that one and I don't have any reactions. But I was really like curious as to why I was having this reaction to the amoxicillin. That was when I was able to Google and see that they've modified regular penicillin to be stronger, and so when you take it, sometimes your body will think that you're taking a bad substance like a drug, and you will get the allergic reaction. That's why that happened. I was not only shocked, I was appalled because that was the toothache side of things. But unfortunately, I noticed probably on the third day of taking the antibiotics and the pain medication that I was eating down my house. Like, it didn't make any sense because that's not my normal movements where food is concerned. I love me some food, but like I have a lot of self-control when it comes to food. I couldn't understand why my stomach felt like a bottomless pit. And so I'm like, what the hell? I'm eating and I'm just not satisfied, and I'm eating and I'm not satisfied, and I'm like, just shoveling food into my mouth. I'm like, what in the depressive state is this? Like, what's happening? And I'm just noticing that if my mom cooked good food, if I just was making a snack, like, I could not be satisfied. And so I start looking at the pills because I'm like, something's not right here. What's going on? Of course, I get on Google once again and I inquire if either medication, so the new medication or the pain pill, is associated with weight gain, because I couldn't stop eating. And I have a whole week to deal with this. I'm not interested because yes, I want the pain in my mouth to go away, but I don't want the pain in my mouth to go away and then I'm packing on the freaking pounds. Because how do you gain? And I'm only guessing that I've gained 15 pounds because I keep walking past the mirror and my stomach is just not giving what it's supposed to be gave. Okay, like it's just looking super bloated and like way bigger than normal. Like I don't even understand. And it's only been since Thursday I started taking the pain pills. 5 days, Monday. Like, huh? And so I'm definitely packing on the pounds. So I'm not impressed at all. If I freaking knew that not taking out my wisdom teeth was going to cause me all these extra problems, oh baby, I would have been at the dentist doing what a girl's supposed to do. But I did not, and I am paying for it in multiple ways, okay? It's costing me money. It's costing me time because I haven't obviously been able to work, right? So it's pain and suffering. Like, your wisdom teeth can cause a lot of problems that you didn't even know. Gut health, like, huh? All these things for my wisdom teeth? No, baby. Get your butt to the dentist. If you don't listen to none of my other advice, because you know I'm always giving advice. If you don't listen to any of my other advice, girl, go to the dentist and see about your teeth. I have unwanted weight gain. I have carried 3 tiny humans, and in 1 week, in 5 days, never have I gained 15 pounds in 5 days while carrying a child. So why is it that now I am ready to get my tubes tied that I am gaining 15 pounds in 5 days because of a freaking toothache? And like, I really had to like examine my mental health because I was like, am I depressed? Like, because I don't feel depressed. So I'm like, am I depressed? Like, why am I eating this way? My period's not coming. Like, why am I eating like this? And it really clicked to me that it must be the medication. I don't understand why I always get on the people internet and don't scrub my lips. I always forget to exfoliate my lips because they don't be feeling dry. And so this is the finished look. I'm ready to go film my other videos. So it's time for me to go. But yeah, PSA, go get your teeth checked out, girl. Don't neglect your mouth like I did because I don't know what the hell. I was just, you know, living la vida loca. I was not paying much attention to my mouth because like my breath is not hot, you know. I wasn't having any real issues, so I just wasn't going to the dentist. And now she's fat. Now she's in pain. Now I have to get my tooth extracted very soon. So yeah, that was definitely a big wake-up call for me because the pain was radiating from the top where the cavity is to the bottom jaw to my literal stomach having issues to then my face gets swollen, and it's like it was just a domino effect of problems. And I'm just like, why is this my life? But I can always, you know, make a good story time about it and call it love. So I love you all so much. Tell me in the comment section below when you neglected anything that you were supposed to do and there was a domino effect or a series of unfortunate events that followed. I love you all so much, and I'll definitely see you in the next one.